Hey guys, it's been quite a while since my last upload when I decided to take a break from both YouTube and the game we all knew and loved, Call of Dragons. It probably wasn't the most easy of decisions for me. I really needed that break because I felt like I was just completely burning out. However, I do want to thank you guys for the support you guys showed me back then and the messages I've received over time and the message I still receive till today, actually. It wasn't the most easy of decisions, but however, I've been kind of looking for a new game, something to scratch the itch. So I do hope to see you guys continue the support moving forward. With that being said, I might have found the game that could reignite the spark for me for both making videos and helping you guys and for entertainment. So now, what changed? I found the new upcoming game in the Kingdom Builder genre called Fate War.
Can never overcome.
Look,
What is up, guys? Meower here, back on YouTube actually, with a brand new video, but this time for a completely different game. I would like to introduce you guys to Fate War, a game I'm become quite a fan of and waiting for its release. So, what is Fate War and how are things gonna be in the channel going forward? Fate War is essentially a brand new game in the Kingdom Builder genre. It's kind of a mix and match of a lot of the current popular games, such as Whiteout Survival, State of Survival, King Shot, Call of Dragons, Rise of Kingdoms, and the many other Kingdom Builders that I'm not currently remembering. It took what made those games succeed, meshed it all together, ironed out the flaws that each of them had, and delivered us with, honestly, I think one of the more revolutionary games we've seen in the genre in quite a while. So, what makes or breaks any RTS game in the Kingdom Builder genre is the combat system. So, in Fate War, the combat system has a mix and mash from Call of Dragons, which has the range combat, it has the standard RTS triangle of infantry, cavalry, and axe throwers, but it also has a special fourth troop, but we can talk about that one in the future. As we can see, there is range combat, there is melee combat, and of course you can micro your troops, you can move around and such. As for the map is pretty huge. The moment you look at this map, you will immediately think of Rise of Kingdoms, which you are pretty correct on. It does have a lot of similarities to it as well. It has the neutral objectives that you can rally and take over, and in order to destroy flags from other alliances, you have to rally or assault them. There are passes that gives you access to a few other zones so you can progress further out of the map. And of course, there is the middle section that you should fight for in order to get access to the king system. One other thing related to the combat system is the heroes. One thing I really like in this game is that straight away you have the ability to select what skills you want to upgrade for any hero, making the barrier of entry for utilizing heroes rather low. So what I mean by that, for example, you can upgrade the first rage skill for any hero, which is of course the bread and butter, but then you can select any of the other four skills in order to upgrade them to make the most of it based on your current situation without having to gamble which skills you want to upgrade. So for example, you can have a 5-1-1-5 hero or whatever, depending on the meta and how it develops. So we've discussed the combat system which attracts people to the game, but how pay to win is the game which makes people decide whether if they want to stay or not. In my opinion, I don't think this game is that pay to win due to a few key factors. One of them is the gold system, which ties into the tribe treasury rebate system. So, in case you don't know, gold is the currency that you can use in order to buy packs in the game, as well as you can just straight up buy packs for money. The rebate system, which is based off the gold system, is as follows, and in my opinion, is what pretty much sets this game apart from others. You have in your alliance a tribe treasury, which does the following: tribe gold. You can either donate directly if you have some spare gold laying around in order to help out your alliance, or 5% of every single non gold purchase that you make will have its value deposited directly into the tribe treasury, which then the tribe leader or the treasurer can distribute to a single tribe member every day without limit of how much a single distribution can take. So what this means essentially is that if you are in a better alliance, you can essentially never feel the woes and sorrows of being a full free to play player, and instead, you will eventually, over time, be loaded up with gold, which can in turn help you keep up with actual spenders, so no one is truly left behind in this game. With the payment system out of the way, of course, I will be preparing guides for you guys to make the best bang out of your buck. But another system I really want to talk about is going to be the healing system in this game, which pretty much ties into the combat system, but this game actually expands upon it. So, this game has the same free healing system from Call of Dragons, but it kind of needs a little balancing, which, of course, since this is a beta, numbers will always be subject to change, but I do think it will be so much better once the game comes out. There is free healing, there is resource healing, and there is a special type of revival using the Valkyrheim Temple, which you can utilize in order to resurrect your dead troops. So you're never really out of the fight, and you can keep going for as much as you'd like. So, with the healing system out of the way, of course, one of the most important things is how your city looks and feels. So, as with any other game in the genre, the most important building will be the Chieftain Hall, your town center, your city hall, whatever it's called in the game. Of course, it will be your main primary focus to progress through more systems in the game. The game Fate War also offers a more rather recent approach for what we've seen in different games such as Whiteout Survival or Kingshot or the likes, and how resources are generated inside your city. There is a special resource that I will go more in depth in future videos, which is directly tied to technology. So don't forget to subscribe because you don't want to miss out. But in the game, you cannot really super whale technology in order to unlock everything on day one due to a limiting factor called knowledge. But again, I will expand more upon it in future videos, so keep an eye out on it. You can also have two technology queues and two building queues, of course. You unlock more sections of your city as you progress throughout the game and fight the Dark Forged inside your city walls in order to unlock more areas and generate more resources and just quite frankly get a lot of nice free rewards. So now that we've talked what's inside your city, what lies outside your city walls? So as with any other kingdom builder games, there are of course resource nodes, there are some gen nodes that you can do, that you can gather if you are lucky enough to find them to of course increase the premium currency that you have. There are zones, which higher level zones equal higher level resources, which eventually you want to control the middle in order to reap the most rewards. There is also an auto gathering feature, an auto rallying feature, and an auto hunting feature, as we've seen with other games. So, with the map out of the way and the basics of the game out of the way, there is one more thing I want to cover, which are the events. The game is pretty generous with events and rewards, and as we can see already, there are a lot of events, so there's always something for you to do. One other thing I really like is that during the day to day events, there is matchmaking range, making it much easier for smaller players, especially to be able to compete with people in the same bracket, making it much more competitive and giving better opportunities for those players to catch up and get rewards so that they can grow faster and grow stronger. So, with the basic systems of the game out of the way, there are a few key things you need to keep in mind. The game itself, Fate War, releases on August 5th. I will leave the pre registration link in the description down below so you can check it out for yourself. If you want to try out the beta is under the name Rebirth of Glory. You can just look it up in the Play Store if it's available in your region. And of course, expect to see more videos come out gradually as we approach the release date, where I kind of break down the systems more and more in depth for each of them getting their own video. But other than that, it feels good to be back on YouTube. I hope you guys are ready for another Meowathons where we take over the community. And with that out of the way, thank you so much for watching. I hope you are as excited as I am for this game. I hope you have a wonderful day. Be sure to be on the lookout for upcoming videos. And of course, I will see you in the next video. Meow meow. If you enjoyed this video, click here to watch the next video. Oh, meow meow meow. Meow 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 meow. Meow meow meow. Meow 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 meow.